Good morning, Rakudo. Welcome, mate. Thanks for making me where I'm muted. First one to message this morning, Rakudo. Oh, no, ECM Blue, Jace. You wouldn't have had ECM Blue, would you?
No.
No, that was bloody. It's like a car engine on your back. That's what it was like. It was what's up with me clock? There's always something with this, man. Okay, guys, I want to get straight into a top down because looks like we've had a little break out on the hour, and this hour's pulling back. So bear with, and we'll get amongst it. OBS. Come on, OBS. Pisses me off. Move. Anybody caught anything this morning? How you done, guys?
I like 14 quid.
14 quid? Yep. Hey, I'll buy you breakfast, won't I? Okay. Right, guys, let's get amongst it. This hour's flipped already. It's where you can't force trades up because it looks lovely. I've come onto a good example of this, to be fair. So we've come onto the charts, and this hour looks like it did break just above, and then we had a nice pullback, and now it's flipped to the upside. However, this is a good example where you come onto the chart, you open the chart, and we're automatically on the 1 hour time frame, and it looks lovely. So you just enter because you're scared of missing. But then when you do a top-down analysis, does it look right? Okay, so this is looking like a buy. Okay, let's go straight into a top-down analysis. So, because you need to do a top-down, you need to force yourself to do a top-down analysis because it might give you a different view where you only have to sell or whatever. Okay, so we know the weekly, the monthly is currently still in this range. How long have we got left? 4 days left of this month. So this monthly can do anything at the minute. It does look like it's going to close out. We'd need a big weekly candle in order to get back down. Maybe news or something like that could pull it down. But we're currently still in this range, so therefore we should be pushing back down to 1990. Now, until this candle closes out, we act upon what we see. We don't think what it can do. We act upon what we see. Until it closes out, then we'll be in that range. Okay. Now, it does look like it's going to close out, but obviously we can't act upon that at the moment. Now, the weekly broke out, didn't come and test previous support, right, and didn't leave as a bottom wick. So what does this mean then? Well, I do believe that in order to drive past these levels as in the candle's close, you're going to have to come and tap these levels, even if you want to drive up. Okay. Now, then we had a weekly bearish close, and we were talking about how we probably need to break the highs one more time in order to drive down. What did we do? We broke the highs. However, we closed bullish on this candle. So what that means is this one could end up being bullish also. And what you tend to get is a fake out on the second leg. Okay, so what you can get is, let's say this week, we could get something like breakout and then a close back in and basically a fake out, and that then will initiate the move to the downside. Okay, and you get like a double top. That tends to be what happens. So I can see is getting a fake out to the upside. Now the only issue we've got here is this weekly Tuesday day, not much of a bottom wick, came up and it's tapped previous support. So at any point really, this could flip to the downside. It doesn't look like it's going to, because this is bullish and it needs to fill the range. So it's either we're going to close respecting 2179, or we're going to break out, or we're going to reject from this zone and then we're going to flip to the downside. And the reason why we can flip to the downside is because we've now got the liquidity to do it. So this was the liquidity grab to do it. Loads of stops above here, loads of money here, in order to come down. So we could get something like that this week also. Okay. So daily, what we're looking at. So the daily's closed bullish. It didn't actually come and tap our zone, did it? Our zone was down in 21.55. The daily's closed bullish, so therefore we should be coming back up to, I would imagine, the top of the range at 21.86. So if we make that payable, that'll be our target if we're coming up. To the downside, it hasn't done much of a. It has done a bottom wick, probably all it needs, but previous support is 21.64. So yeah, we're currently bullish on the time frames, bullish on the monthly, bullish on the weekly, and bullish on the daily at the moment. Okay. Now the 4, the 4's closed bearish, but didn't break any lows, so it didn't close below. Didn't close below, got a big long wick to fill. So is this 4 going to flip back to the downside? We've got 46 minutes left of this 4 to flip, if it's going to flip to the downside. However, we are bullish, so it's on the daily. So what does that mean? The 3 bullish, had a bottom wick, nearly broke the lows, now flipped to the upside. Didn't quite break out the 3. 2 bearish, and then 1, you could argue and say close respecting, but what's this hour gonna do really? I don't think we can do anything until we get this 4-hour close. If this 4 flips to the downside and close below 2170, so below this level, we can probably look to sell down. If we close above, I would probably need, that's the range really. If it closes above, we could potentially on the pullback take wing back buys up. Sorry, if it closes bullish, doesn't need to close above really. But to take sells, I would need a closure below. But to take buys, we probably just need a bullish close, because then you've had 1, 2, 3, 4 candles respecting this area. So we're struggling to break through this area. So what does that mean? We're going to have to come and break at least this high, at least this high as well. You're probably going to have to break them in order to come down, if it wants to come down. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this one, we probably could have got in on this one, but we missed the move really. Came back, tapped previous support, and then flipped to the upside. But whether you would accept this as a breakout, I don't know whether you would. Let's have a look at the lower time frames. You had a lovely cow on the 5. Look at that cow. And then he came down, tapped previous support, no bottom wick. What's 15 like? Oh, okay, okay. 15, no top wick. So are you gonna respect this area? A 15 driving. I think we're gonna have to wait for the 4 really. Because if you get a bullish 4, then we'd wait for a bottom wick. We don't need much of a bottom wick really. we just need a pullback. We can potentially take wingback sells from 2171, but we might not tap that area. But as we pull back, we could take buy stops above, because the next range on the hour is here. So as long as we don't fill this range, this is our advantage point. Let me just look left here. I'm looking at this, looking at this. We might come straight through here actually. Oh, that'll be annoying. But other than that, guys, it's not a nice day, because the daily, yes, we're all bullish, but the range is small. We haven't got much to go really. But you know, we're only after 10 pips, aren't we? We're only after 10 pips. Sure, we can grab 10 pips. I can't take wingback sells because everything's bullish. If anything, I'd take wingback buys, but I'd need a breakout. So if this hour could break out, and we can work out where it's going to pull back to, might be a bit tricky. So now we'll break above. Come and fill this in. I've got to wait for an hour close. If we can get an hour close like this, and we get a pullback, we could probably just get buy stops on the other end to come and fill this range. They all tend to come to fill. So I'm looking at this, looking at this, this. All the ones coming from the downside up. Excuse me. We're looking at this straight through. We're looking at this up. We're looking at these. So yeah, we could what's the next candle to close? Let's have a look at the 30 minutes. So if the 30-minute closes, you get another 30 bearish. This might push straight through you guys, and that's going to be a bit of a nightmare, because that's going to fill our advantage point. So we really don't want this 30 pushing. Let me have a look at, because if we get 30 up here, we're looking at this. The new 30 doesn't do much. It doesn't drive. It doesn't pull back much. Same as this one. But if we get 30 like this, we can potentially take a wing back buy from 2173. That could be potential wing back buy area, and we can see what that's like on a lower time frame. But what I don't like, it took an hour to get back down there. I don't like that. I don't like how it takes so long. But if anything, we could pull back. There's 15. So that could potentially work. Up. Tap previous support. We didn't really do that, did we? Up. Back down. Interesting. We've got 9 minutes left for 30 close. So if this 30 can close like this, and the new 30 pulls back, we'll take a wing back buy from 2173. Okay. If it pulls back, I mean, you've got no top wick, no bottom wick here. So I would see price coming back to that area, but it's whether it's going to reject to carry on, or whether it's going to fake out back into the area. But I think we would just get out on the 15, because if this 30 closes like this, and if the new 15 fakes out back into the area, what would that look like on the 1? So even if you went like, well, you're not going to do that really, you're going to do something like that maybe. So even if you went like that, the new 30 should pull back anyway, tap this area to then flip. So we could just get out on the 30. What would that look like on the 1? The only thing that would be is the 1 would be pulling back, and I think it's going to close doji because it's also got a bottom wick. So yeah, I think we can take that. I think we can take this, but that's if it pulls back that far. It might not pull back that far. Okay, it might just carry on here. It does look like it just flies straight through. But we need this 30 to calm its tits, as we say. As we say in Relentless. Good morning, Paolo. Good morning, Crazy Beast. You really need to change that music. Laugh out loud. Sounds like I'm on hold to a life insurance. Oh, the music at the start. I know, mate, but it's hard to get music where it's non-copyright. Good morning, everyone. Managed to catch the hourly flip. Oh, what nice, mate. But TP'd at 21.73. It's rough watching it fly, but wanted a guaranteed win. Yeah. Yeah, the hourly was okay. I probably would have. You didn't quite get a breakout. However, the issue you got is you're still closing respecting here, so you take that into consideration. Then the 3 it broke back and you had a fake out on the 3. Then the 2 again was struggling to break the lows, and then the 1 was bullish. So, and then after this pullback with no top wick, I think I probably would take it, and that would be my advantage, the wick. So that would be my take partial move to break even. But to come and fill this range, because this is a clean traffic range, this. So yeah, if I was on a bit earlier, we would have caught this. I'm not getting up earlier, guys. You know, there'll just be another trade. There'll be another trade.
We'll let you do it in a fortnight, mate.
Yeah, wait till I'm in my new place. In my new place. And I've got the nest done. It's going to take me a while to get the nest done, though. I've got it insulated all. Get it all painted nice. Some nice shelves up. Oh, this is pushing this. Come on, 30. Chill out, man. I don't know whether... See, the more it pushes, the more the pullback might not be that big to get... Might not be big enough to get back. And I can't take a wing back sell from here, even though it looks like it's probably going to reject from here. But I can't take because everything's bullish. Oh my god. It's heard me. It's heard me. 1 30-minute candle pushing all the way through. Yeah, that is a big pump. Look at that 15, man. No top wick, no bottom wick. I would think price needs to come back now. This is not on now, guys. I can't see it. And we still haven't tapped it. We might get something like if we pull back in the last 5 minutes and leaves a big wick, it might still play out. Let me get this ready in case it does. Stops for me, yeah. Would be is that the daily? Probably get away with this daily. Shouldn't be breaking that really. Be looking at something like that. The stops would be 2163.07. TP1. Where would TP1 be? Well, it would be this if it doesn't tap. TB2 would be the top of this range.
Pete, while you've got a minute, will you talk us through what the new markings are on the indicator?
The new indicator?
Yeah, it's got like green and red and all that sort of stuff.
Do you know what? I haven't got it. I haven't got it yet.
Right.
Vic was meant to go through with me before she went away, but she's been that busy. She's had loads on at the minute.
Alright, no dramas.
But as soon as I know, is there a video on them or not?
I'm not sure, mate. No, I don't know if there's an updated video on this. I've looked.
Okay. But as soon as I know, I'll show you. Is this the Meraki one?
Yeah, just a standard. Well, I've got the market maker one.
Let me
just
see.
And I've got the trend and structure one as well.
Get version 2. Meraki. Ooh, I'll have to have a play about with this. Let's have a look.
I haven't put that one on yet. I might put that on.
So let's take this off. Oh, there we go. So what's this done? Yeah. So from what I remember, what she's done is she's done the support and resistance. So people, if you struggle with support and resistance, you can see she's put it into the indicator, so it works out the support and resistance for you. It's also color coded, so you got your H4 support, H1, your daily. So it's done a lot of the work for you. The market sessions box is there. What else was she gonna have on there? I can't remember. So you can change all the colors. Display is London session. Yeah, that was it really. It was more the for people who, because the hardest thing about Meraki is identifying zones, because the only way you do it is experience. It's the only way you get better at it. That's it. So this is to help you. So nice.
Do you have to buy that Meraki one?
No.
Popping up when I search it.
No, it's yeah. Have you filled in the Google Doc?
Oh right, no.
Yeah, you need to fill in the Google Doc. It's all free with your membership. You get loads with your membership. You get all your indicators. You get your signals now. Your signals are in with it, so you get the Dean signals as well. This is push. If this taps this range, this wing back won't be on.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's that? Is that? Good morning, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I thought I can join the maracas this morning.
The maracas. I like that. The maracas. Yeah, I had a look at that USD JPY yesterday, man. Yeah, it's just, I think we just got to wait for signs of price coming back down before I would touch it, really. Okay, this.
If it breaks through the H4, then I might be interested in it.
Yeah.
It has had a big grab this morning.
Yeah, guys, I'm not on this. I'm not on this. This is getting deleted. It's because now that you've filled the range, it means you've got enough liquidity to come back down if you want to. It's looking really nice for wing back sells, but you can't take a wing back sell even though how enticing it is, because look at the 15, no bottom wick, no top wick. So price is probably going to come back to here at some point. So I was looking at sort of wing back sells from these levels, but because you've had such a heavy push, what you'll tend to get is a price will come back. You've got imbalance here as well if you're in it, all that type of stuff. So I think we're going to have to wait for the 4-hour close or the 1-hour close. If the 1-hour close is above 21.78, I'd need a pullback, and then I'd need I need a decent pullback because you've had such a heavy push, and then we can get buy stops above to come and fill the next range at 2180. Yeah, because that's the next range, 2180. But if we don't, I can't really get in on this. I'm gonna have to wait. So we're gonna wait for technically the 4 hour close. So if the 4 hour closes bullish just above here, we'll just wait for a bottom wick and buy stops above, or we'll look for a wing back sell off the 4. Because what you might get is you might actually get that pull back, previous support 2171, and then flip. You don't really need that far to pull back though, because these have done the grabs. So we're gonna have to wait for the 4, guys, unfortunately.
How would you get that Meraki indicator, Pete?
So you need to go into the chat, Forex chat. Go to go to the announcements. And then Andy's dropped a, please can you fill in this Google Doc with your TradingView name. And then put your TradingView name. To get your TradingView name, it's just on your profile, top left. And there's your name. Put it in, and then once you've requested it, and Vic gives you access. Obviously she's away at the minute, so I don't know how quick she's giving people access, but you go to your indicators, go to invite only, and then you add whatever indicator you want. Now, depending on what plan you're on, depending on how many indicators you're allowed. So if you're just on the basic, I don't even know how many you get on a basic now. I don't know. But I'm sure you. I think you'll be allowed one. Anybody know how many indicators you get on a basic?
I think you get everything, peak bar the theme specific ones.
Alright, yeah. What, on the basic, Mike?
I think so. I think you get everything bar, as in bar the, like the HG strap, the beam indicators, etc.
Oh, I thought you were allowed. I thought you only allowed a couple indicators on the basic. I'm on about the basic package is in TradingView.
Oh.
Yeah,
sorry,
not.
As in without. Sorry, as in how
Yeah.
many indicators?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
3.
3.
And 5 is the. Is it 8?
The next one up. Yes. I thought so. I knew it was something like that. Jeez, my. It's rough watching. Let me put some tunes on, guys, while we wait. Nothing needed, like. BTP, rough watching a fly, wanted guarantees win. You only missed it by about 2 minutes, mate. Just a bit of miss. I didn't miss it, mate. It wasn't my trade to take. Because I wasn't in it. I wasn't in it. Jesus, that's a big pull. Yeah. Can you please explain why his buys on 2173? Please. So it's just a wing back to Hami. So what this means is, it's a bit loud, that music, isn't it? So when you get a breakout, so the way candles move, let's pretend we're pushing up from this range, and then you get a breakout. Okay, and we broke out of this range. We should be pushing to the next range up here in 2208. What tends to happen is the candle will tend to pull back first, and then it'll flip to the upside. Exactly what the hourly done this morning. Okay, and then you'll be left with a wick. So what we do is we identify where this pullback, how far it could come. And what we do is we look to, we know that the hours broke out, or a time frame is broke out, and we identify how far this candle can pull back to. And what we do is we put it's what we call a wing back buy or wing back sell. So we'll put a wing back buy on like so, and as price is pushing down on the pullback, we'll enter for a buy, expecting this candle to then flip to the upside. And what you'll find is you'll get some really nice entries, literally like no drawdown entries, and it just goes straight away into profit. So that's how we get our wing backs. I hope that explains it for you, mate. But wing backs are a bit more you'll start identifying these yourself further. If you're just starting out on this method, just look at your sort of your basic Meraki. So just your breakout. Wait for the best way to start Meraki is on an hourly time frame, and just wait for an hour breakout. You wait for an hour breakout. Once you've had that hourly breakout, as long as it's got a top wick, yeah, as long as it's got a top wick, what will tend to happen is you're now in the next range. Let's say the next range is here. What will tend to happen is you'll pull back first. You'll tap previous support, which is this level, and then you get your buy stop on. So it'll just be a case of, okay, I'll get a buy stop on above here. And then what I'll expect is my take partial move to break even would be the first resistance on a lower time frame. So if you think about it, it's going to be probably the top of this wick, isn't it? So it's going to be like that. So that'll be where I take partial move to break even. So I move to risk free. As this candle is doing its thing, as it flips, it'll activate us into the trade. We'll take partial and move to risk free. So we've got the risk off the table, and price should come and push to fill the rest of that range because it's currently in that range. Okay, so three things you need to know with Meraki really is how candles move, how they work with no top wicks, no bottom wicks, how they open up, okay, when they're in a certain direction. Number two is how to identify ranges, which is your zones, support and resistance basically. If you need a tool with that, obviously we've got the Relentless indicator for that, which helps people now. And then number three is how candles move in between ranges and how it transfers into the next range. That's all you need to know with this really. And then what you do is you just set up your ambushes, and we look to exploit price as it's crossing ranges.
The question on wingback speed.
Yeah.
Do you know you set your ambush area, it pulls back.
Yeah.
But if you don't touch it, how far do you let it go before you say, well, it's not on for a win back? Is it like 50%, or how do you gauge that?
What do you mean if it flips? Well, what you'll get is, let's say we've got this 4 now, yeah? So let's say this 4 closes up here. It's technically this 4 is broke above this level. So you might be in a clean traffic range up to 2185. So that's our target, and we've had a breakout, yeah? Now, we could either get a wing back buy from 2175 or a wing back buy from 2171. You've got to look at what price is done prior. Well, do you think this is enough liquidity to drive straight through? I would probably say it is. But if it wasn't, then you're probably going to pull back further. So then you'd use this one. So that's how I gauge where the wing back's going to be. But let's say, for example, this 4 is going to be like this, and we've had enough, so we're going to use this as a wing back. So what you're looking for now is the new 4. You want this 4 to have a top wick, very important. If it doesn't, you're not taking it, because what tends to happen if it doesn't have a top wick, the next candle tends to close the opposite. So this will close bearish, the next candle, okay? So you wouldn't take it, because this just could be a fake out. So it's got to have a top wick first thing, and then you want this 4 to come down, tap, and then flip to the upside to fill the range, yeah? And then obviously we would have got in on that. Now the way you work out if it's gone already or how far it's come back is you think in this level here, from here to here, you might get 5 minutes like this. Wave effect coming down, yeah? Or you might get a little wave effect and then price will struggle here, and it'll keep bouncing off here, and then what you'll get is you'll get one candle what'll reach out, break all, because all that's doing by bouncing is building up liquidity under here. Okay, building up money. That's why it's doing this consolidation. Then price will pop out, grab all that liquidity, and then one candle, 1 5 or 15 minute candle will pop out, break all the lows, and then that'll be the one more flips. Excuse me. Bloody hell. Where's that come from? I'm allergic to like everything now. Okay. And then you'll get that 5 will pop out like that. Now the way I work out if it's gone or not is obviously if it doesn't reach and then you get that pop out, you'll be like, okay, we've missed the move. That was the move. Or what you'll find is you'll get aggressive 5 minute pushes, and what you're trying to identify is loads of 5s or 15s with no top or bottom wicks. No top wicks or bottom wicks. So if let's say this 15's got no top wick, so you know straight away price needs to come here. And then this one closes with no bottom wick. That's pretty rare to get a candle with no bottom wick and no top wick. And then all of a sudden this candle opens up with no top wick and pushes. What are you thinking now? You're thinking this is not going to push much. It's going to flip at any point. Probably to come and create a top wick for this. So if you see that, you're then getting ready and you're going, okay, this could be it now. This is the move. You'll tend to get something like this and then it'll pop down and then flip to the upside. But if this happens higher up and it's too close to your, it's too far away from your wing back area, and it happens and it starts coming back up, then you're like, okay, we've missed the move. It's missed us by so many pips. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? I don't know if it has.
Yeah, mate. Bill.
Yeah.
Nice one. Just another one quickly. If you know if you're expecting it to come down, it's like a really big pushing candle like it is now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you preempt any sort of sales back down to the wing back area?
Well, this
That makes sense.
you can, but as long as you understand what you're doing, you're on about like this, aren't you? So you're in a range here now.
Yeah.
And let's say you can only do that if this hour closes respecting. What I did start doing is the hour was closing respecting, and if depending on how this hour opens up, so if this new hour then opens up and breaks the highs without a bottom wick, I went through a little phase. I did test where I was putting a sell stop underneath for the flip back in because the hours closed respecting. So I'm expecting, okay, we're coming back down. But what was happening is we were coming down, I was getting activated. Sometimes it was playing out, but sometimes it would get activated, then I'd close doji. Yeah, so I didn't actually drive. And then it gave the next one time to then close in. And that's why I found what was happening. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes, yes, the next one then drove down and it would have played out. So the best thing to do, rule of thumb, really is you wait for them breakouts on the hour and 4 hour. 4 hour and the 1 hour key. You got to get higher time frame breakouts, and then you can look for them wing backs, but in the right direction. That's mainly what you want, really, in them directions. Once you've built up the experience, you can then take counter trend trades. It's tough because I'm saying this, but I take counter trend trades, which you've seen on stream, where yes, sometimes they have took a sell from here, but you think the 1 hour's bullish, the 3 hours bullish, the 4 hours bullish, and the daily's bullish. So taking sells at the minute here is difficult. I wouldn't be taking any wing back sells at the moment from here because everything's bullish. So yeah, if you're going to take sells from here, what you would need to see is you'd need to see the 5 struggling to break above the highs. So you'd need 4 or 5 candles all struggle, all still respecting this. Doesn't matter whether it's bullish or bearish, but still respecting this area. And then you'll get one candle exactly the same. It'll pop out, break the highs, and then that'll be the one more flips and drives down. Then you could potentially take that. As you push out, you could put sell stops underneath to come down. Do you know what I mean? I do waffle, don't I?
No, sounds good, makes sense. Nice one.
Like if this hour close respecting, that's a good sign to come back down. But then I would need to go at the 5 minutes, right? And I'd need to see 5 minute ranges all struggling to break above this. So let's pretend the hour did close respecting, and then let's say this 5 closed bullish with no bottom wick, good sign. And then we had another 5 or closed doji, good sign, we're still respecting this. And then we had a bearish close, and we actually closed below, okay, good sign. Then we had one candle push up, break all the highs, these highs, because all this is doing here, picking up liquidity, right? Creating liquidity above here, and then it breaks all the highs. This comes up, picks up all that liquidity, and then you could get a sell stop underneath, and this will be the one what flips and drives, and you'll end up with a wick like this. That makes sense.
It does.
So that's what I would need to, in order to see that, to take that.
Keep my eye on that then.
But yeah, yeah. But this, I mean, this could come straight back down here. Yeah, could do. Because if you look at these hours, so you got an hour close, you came up, you tested the previous wick, and then you flipped to the downside. Pretty hard, to be fair. God, my back is killing. I think I'm gonna have to get my laptop and lay on my bed. Lay on my bed. We got another hour here, close respecting. The thing with this one, this hour closed, and then the next one just drove straight through, completely disregarded it. This is the thing with all-time highs, like I keep harping on about. We haven't got much data to go off, so the trades are a lot more risky, basically. That's a big bump. Can you please explain the buys? The wicks on the left. Good morning, Kartik. Good morning, Mehdi. The wicks on the left, I believe it's liquidity. I'll be looking for sells. In about these, yeah, it could be, yeah, but it's not our trade. I hope it plays out for you. Probably, it will likely come back down, because if you look at the 15, what's telling us that it is probably going to come back down there? Well, look at this 15 here. No bottom wick, no top wick. I would think price needs to come back to that, even if it wants to drive. Okay, but I can't. It's not our trade. I need to see price struggling around here, then I could sell back down. I'll just literally wait, and that's why I have such a high win rate, because I'm so disciplined with my entries. But you take the sells from there, good luck. It'll probably play out. I hope it does for you. Good morning, Vin. How are you doing, mate? Because if you think about it, this drove. Why did this drive? Why? I mean, this didn't really break any laws. It came back for this bottom wick. There's another example of a bottom wick. So this 15 had no bottom wick. Look what price done. Came up here, closed bullish, broke it out. Then we closed back in, he had a fake out. Yeah, price came down, created a bottom wick for it. Flip bullish. And then gone. I think I need to wait for the 4, which is in 9 minutes. I need a 4, because if you look at the hour, right, so here's a one for you. If the hour closes respecting this, what you thinking? Sells, yeah? We're thinking sells, aren't we? Because you close respecting this. Okay, now flip to the 4 hour. Now what you thinking if the 4 hour closes like this? For me, you've broke out. You're now in this range on the 4. So what are you thinking now? Buys. So you got contradiction. Yeah? The 1 hour is closed respecting, but the 4 is broke out, so the 4 should be coming up. But yes, you might get a pullback on the 4, but you might not. It could come straight up. So what's stronger, 1 hour or 4? That's the 4, isn't it? Higher time frame. Yeah, but also, yes, you could get a pullback. So that could be a case where you buys and sellers can win. Because if you break into this range on the 4, you should be filling the range at 21.85, but it's just whether you need a pullback. But this is the issue. We've only got this to go off. We've only got this to go off. This and this. 2 points. 2 points to go off the 4. That is it. You watch this? I did it. So it'll be interesting to see what this hour does and this 4 does. Like, are we going to break the highs? I won't lie, I don't like today. And we need to get back below 2165, that's what I would like. He hasn't put the 4 on there. Where's the 4? Look at that 2. Nice big 2 that. Oh, look at that 30 though. The 30 closed with no top wick. So if you look at this, 30 closed no top wick, and the new 30 is pushed up to these levels at 2179, and then flip to the downside. That would have been nice. Look at that 15, lovely.
Oh, looking at that in there game, but you didn't.
Yeah, well, this is it. You just want to, honestly, you get one stab at it. One stab. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to pull back and go even higher yet. For that next.
Well, it's this 4, isn't it? This 4 is going to tell us. If the 4 closes respecting, fantastic. We can come back down.
Yeah.
The 4's got to close respecting this. But if this hour breaks out, sorry, closes respecting, and the 4 breaks out, I'm going to have to wait for a decent pullback when we get buy stops on off the 4 or wing back buy, but we've just got to be careful. It's tricky because we haven't got much data. I can't see data where it's done this before. Like, there's no data to show where you broke below here twice and then come back in. What happens next? There's nothing to show me that. Oh, where's the hell?
No, I'm just setting up a LinkedIn to start see if there's anyone in the area who may advise, help and advise and look into doing working with people doing property and that. Like the kids, get someone who knows what they're doing. Think the brains of something, you know.
Mike, you on your mic's on, mate.
Oh, sorry.
So if we can get a 4 break above and we can get a decent pullback, we can either take buy stops. I don't know whether I would take a wing back buy. I think the wing back buy for me would only be down in 2175. Is that 15? It is. It is. We could do something like, so you got no bottom wick, no top wick. We get rejection here, rejection here. Okay, rejection here. We would have to go risk free. What is that? How much is that? How many pips is that? Okay, that's 11 pips. Tap, 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 back up. Okay, we could probably look at this. Tap. Oh, this one didn't quite make it. That one did. Tap. This one didn't. What was this? This must have been news. That was news. Okay, I could potentially look at that, 2173. If we do come back down, because even if price wants to drive down, you should still do this anyway. We take partial move to break even here for 11 pips. Open though that the 4 would flip to the upside. That's only if the 4. If the 4 closes above like this, and then the 4 pulls back, so what we're after is something like this. 4 pulls back, which we might not get it. Tap, and then flip to fill the range. I might even push down to that, but I'm just thinking that it might just come back for these 15-minute areas and then reject. It might not pull back that far either. Okay, the 4's closing in 1 minute, guys, for forward close. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, be much appreciated. Jump into our free Discord. The link tree is in the descriptions. We trade Monday to Friday, most weekdays for London session. We're doing pretty good on stream. We've got 49 wins, 4 break-evens, and 3 losses. 2 of them losses were partial losses. I've got everything's tracked as well, so we've got my FX book, we've got logbook. Every trade we've took, nothing is on here what hasn't been took on stream. Every YouTube link is on here for every trade we've took. That's what we're looking at. We had 100% in November. We had 83.33% in December, still in profit. January was a 100% month. We had 2 losses in February, and we would have been in profit apart from we took a full loss the second last trade in February, which sort of put us minus, but it's not a problem. And then March, we're having a fantastic March, 311 pips, 100% win rate so far, so looking really good. Okay, so there's the 4 now. So what we need is, we need the 4 to pull back first, really. We don't want to push, we don't want the 4 breaking the highs. This is the issue. What did the 1 do? So the 1's broke out, so yeah, where everything's bullish at the minute. So, can we pull back to 2173? Or could we just get buy stops? I've got to have a pullback to at least 2176 before I can get buy stops on the other side. I mean, the 1's do look like they come straight through anyway. So nice. Just how much of a pullback are we going to get? This is the thing. Come on, we don't want this one breaking the highs, really. This is probably the only thing I've got going on at the minute. There's the 4. If this does drive and fill the range of 21.85, it's going to be very difficult, guys, because that, again, that's another advantage point. You wouldn't have even been able to get in on this 1 hour. You would need a pullback on the 4 at least 21.76. 15. 5. No top wick, no bottom wick. My God, what are you doing, man? Might be one of them days, guys, where we just watch price go all the way and we just can't get in. You broke the highs here, which is not a good thing. We'll see. Let's see if this can flip back to the downside. We're just pushing it, you guys. Nothing we can do at the minute. Can't do anything. Is this 4 going to flip? That's the question. Or are you going to drive straight through? You can actually drive straight through, because if you look at these ones, no bottom wick either, just straight through. I can't really take anything at the minute. I don't need to ring you. Who said I was ringing you, John? Saw my number pop up. Nah, it wasn't me, mate. Come on, Gold. Get back down. Chill out. Look at the 4 now. See, this is the importance of zooming out. So you're looking at sells from around these levels, but you could easily drive straight through. easy because the price can do that. It has done it in the past, straight through. Straight through. I won't lie, guys. If we come and fill this range, that's probably me. It's probably no trade day from me, to be honest with you. Because this is our next advantage point. From there, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna come? It's gonna take a couple of hours to set up here to come back down, and I'll be done by. I don't want to be on longer than 11. No way. Not today. I've got loads to do. Like I say, I'm moving house next week, so. Oh, actually, I should get the keys this Thursday, really. So I'll be moving. Come on. Get back down. Now we brought the highs now, so this is sort of what I was saying here. You could get a fake out back to the high and then a 5 close back below. So everyone will be buying here. If you think about it, you get a 5 close out, everyone will be buying. Where's the liquidity? Here. Yeah. So then you'll get a fake out back to the area, and then that should initiate the move back down. But I mean, I couldn't take that because you've broke above the high, so I couldn't take sells because you broke out. At any point, you think if that 5 does come back into the range, at any point this hour can just flip and drive at any point. That's why I wouldn't take sells. I don't want to be after wing back buy, but I'm not sure it's going to get this far back down. I don't know. We'll see. You might only come and tap 2176, which is the 4-hour previous support. So when you got a bit of, it's just not the best at the minute today. That would have been a lovely move on that hour though. Typical, eh? Wasn't our trade though, guys, was it? Always another trade. The last thing you can do is miss a trade and think, fuck, I would have got loads, and then you just enter with FOMO because you don't want to miss it and you think it's going to go further. Because 9 times out of 10, it'll reverse when you enter. News in the afternoon, yeah, I won't be on by then. What day are we on? Tuesday? Yeah, 2 o'clock. We've got medium impact at 12:30. Oh, look at that, we've brought the highs again. But this is another test for you though. Can you go a day without placing a trade? It's very hard to do for some people. Some people say, okay, I've got 2 hours worth of trading before I have to go to work, before I have to do something. So in them 2 hours, they make sure they find a trade. Otherwise, they feel like they haven't gained anything. But this is where your mindset needs to flip. If you don't place a trade, you have gained. It's a win, believe it or not. It's a win because you followed your plan. And this is what I'm trying to get across to you is if you place a trade and it loses or wins, it can still be a win even if it loses, because as long as that trade was as per your plan, right, it's still a win because you know your strategy's profitable over time. I don't win every trade, right? I take losses as part of it, but if I tip that loss and it was part of my plan, then it's still a win in my eyes. And you not taking a trade is another win. Yeah. But what it is, believe it or not, there's such thing as bad profits. I get people that message me all the time going, look at this, I caught 100 pips. 100 pips. I've done fantastic today. And then I go, okay, why did you enter? And they're like, well, because I just knew it was going to go back up that way. And I'm like, okay, where's the setup? Where's the setup? And they can't see the setup. They just thought it was going to go back up. But they're over the moon because they think they've won, but they haven't. They've actually lost, even though they've made profit. Because that's bad profits. because he took a trade, not pay his plan. And that's what you need to change your mindset on. You can actually have bad profits. That makes sense. Yes, John, crazy beast. Guys, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so.
Hour's got no bottom wick fee. Does that mean it's going to pull back?
Well, you broke out, mate, so I wouldn't take it. It is a sign that price will probably want to come back down there, but what you might do is you might fill the range first, and then you might come back down all the way through. But that's the push up, because that's the daily range, isn't it? That's looking like what it's going to do. So when you get no bottom wick, doesn't necessarily mean the next candle is going to do it. It could create no bottom wick, and then the next candle no bottom wick, next candle no bottom wick, and you've pushed 200 pips up, and then you'll get one what just comes all the way through. It's just all it is. It's a sign where price will tend to want to come back to. But if this hour had closed respecting, and the 4 had closed respecting, and then the lower time frames are closed respecting, and then you got this push out, yeah, you'd have a sell stop underneath, or you could just take a wing back sell now, really, for this to flip. But because everything's broke out, can't take it, mate. But this is going to be a test today. Be a test today, not to get in.
No big news or anything.
There is, but not until 2 o'clock. Not until 2 o'clock. What I can see happening, I can see the monthly closing breaking out, right? I think, when I say think, I can see a fake out with a monthly, or if next month doesn't do it, we might get bearish on the monthly, and then you'll get top wick come back down. I think I can see something like this happening in the next 2 months. I might be wrong, because Forex, everything could happen, and I don't have all the answers. I just trade what I see, really. That's all I do. I trade what I see. Oh, fucking hell. Look at this 4 go. See that pump on the 4 then? Look at the 1. You need a cat. Look at that guy. No way we could have got in there. No way. Look at that. It's a big pushing candle, that, though. I can't get in on out here, guys. The only setup this morning was that 1 hour, really. The 1 hour flip here. I think I probably would have took that. Look at that, no bottom wick. You probably would have closed out fully here with that no bottom wick as you brought the highs. One, 3. So if you come and tap, which it looks like you're going to tap 2185, you're then going to have to wait for another hour bearish close, or you might get a doji. If you get a doji, then you're going to have to wait for another hour. That's going to take you to 11. Yeah, you're going to have to wait. There's probably now going on for me now, guys. This was our trade. If we tap this out, we'll just call it a stream. We'll come back tomorrow. But it's a win, isn't it, for us? It's a win. Because this is where you've got to change your mindset. Is how much profit I can make today. It's not about how much profit you can make. It's what you can protect. We protected our capital. The profit, the market will give you what it's allowing you to take. That's what the market's doing. Look at that, though. I mean, that's pushed what? That 1 hour candle has pushed. Bloody hell, 100 pips. It'll be 120 pips by the time Bloody hell.
Is this the 7 a.m. candle on the hourly you're saying you could have waited on?
No, the yeah, so it'll be 8 o'clock close. It's the new 8 o'clock candle base, 9 o'clock candle. No, it wasn't. 8 o'clock candle, sorry, yeah. The start of this 8 o'clock candle.
Yeah, where it's rejected.
Yeah.
What, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, this one. So, because the way this opened, Mike, is it was like this. When I seen it this morning, it was like that with no top wick. Right, but I hadn't done a top down, and yeah, I wouldn't. I don't just jump into trade. I have to do a top down. And looking at the top down, you've been respecting this quite a lot, 2171. So you know you're gonna have to break this high at least to come down. So we could have just got a buy stop on for the flip. But by the time we done the top down, that had already flipped and drove, so we missed it basically.
The next support it's at is the daily. If it breaks that, then it's a
This.
very, very long range.
Yeah, but the issue you've got there is the daily is still in this range, so you fill in the range. I would have to wait for a daily close above. I couldn't take this because this daily could easily just reject from here. Because if you look at the weekly, yeah, so the weekly, let me get rid of this. So the weekly support is 2179 where my mouse is now, yeah. This weekly closed bullish, broke all the highs and rejected but closed bullish. So that means this one's probably going to close bullish. However, why didn't this one close above? Probably because this pullback wasn't enough liquidity to close above. But now that we've dropped back down, this might be enough liquidity for this one to close above, but it hasn't closed above yet. So it can reject from this level at 2179 because currently it's still in this range and it's filling. So for me, this is why my target was where we're hitting. Anything above there for me is risky because it's the weekly support, it's the daily support, and at any point it could just reject from there. So I wouldn't take, well, obviously this is just me trading, guys, remember, I don't know everything, but this is where I wouldn't be taking trades above here until the daily closes above. Once the daily closes above, we get something maybe like this, and then we get a pullback, then yeah, I could probably look to buy up. But currently the daily is still in this range, and now we've filled it. This is the thing, we've got now to play with. We've only got this to play with, but we haven't been able to get in, and it's going to fill it now, so we'd have to wait for some more closures, which is going to take a couple of hours really. I mean, it's nice that you've got no bottom wicks on candles. It's a good sign that price will want to come back down. We want it to come back down, but I think New York will probably bring it down. So now, yeah, how come? It's hurting me watching how hard this drove when I exited early on the trade. Yeah, if you got profit from this morning, you're done. What I do really is, if I take a trade, that's it. I won't look at it again for the rest of the day. Even if it drives 500 pips, I won't be bothered. I'll be done. I would have grabbed me profit from it. Hello, Rosie. This is Rosie, everyone. Rosie, come here. Come and say hello. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on then. Come on then. Here she is. And then he's arsehole, Captain Winston. Hey, Winston. Oh, fuck. Come here, Winston. Mr. Winston. Oh, he's buggered off. We're struggling a bit, like. Are we going to tap it? Oi! Oh, look at that. No top wick, no top wick. What's happening here? Oh, are we rejecting from this? So we're going to pull back to this 21.79. See, I can't even buy up now. You fill the range too much for me. Yeah, the 15 close with no top wick. Could we not? There is an area here where 15's closed above. If we can pull back to, what did that do? It's too far up, isn't it? I don't know whether I could do that. I'm only looking at this. This is the only thing. But you've broke above this. But then we tend to pull back. And then we go. So could we take this? This 15 is going to flip here. If you fill the range, I'm probably done, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Let's see. I want to have a look what the fives are like. So you get, what do you get? A big push in 5, close bearish, and a doji. So you don't get any significant signs of wingbacks on it, really. Five's flipped. Yeah, so you got $300, mate. So that's you done. That's a nice win. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks, Paige. Hope something pops up. Won't be on tomorrow, but we'll be on Thursday, so I'll catch you then. Yeah, Thursday will be my last day, guys, because I'm moving house. I won't be trading Friday, and then I'm gonna have a week off just while I sort my house out. I'm trying to get the nest done, so the nest is my office basically. Within that week, whether I do it or not, we'll see. So hopefully we'll be up and running, so we'll be back on. So as a Friday, we will be back on the 8th. That'll be, I know it's bank holiday, isn't it? We'll probably be back on the 9th. Okay, and it'll be my birthday on the 17th, guys. What you all get me? What you getting me? John, what you getting me? You better get me something, John.
What's he doing for your 30th?
30th, yeah, no. Oh, I don't know. I go paragliding. Mate, I lifted the box. I've got this thing on my back now where if I just move it a certain way, I just get this twing. And I'm in pain for like 2 days. Done it yesterday. It's falling apart, mate. I'll be 37. I'll be 37, Mike. How old are you, Mike?
It's my 40th this year.
Oh, is it? You don't look 40 though, you. When I first met you, honestly, I thought you were like a stunt double for Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I get told that all the time.
I thought you were like 21 or something.
Well, the other one I get is I look like Ross Geller from Friends.
Do you know what you do with it, actually, yeah? Good morning, Chris. How are you getting on with US 30? Are you still, is that the only pair you're trading still, or are you looking at other pairs?
No, I've gone full on to the HG strategy now. Like, if I was up this morning,
Yeah.
HG strategy would have actually had the in
Yeah.
line. No, did you not see the news from last week? I put in the level up chat.
No, I don't really go into it, really. Level up chat. I'm in it,
Okay.
but...
I suppose if people are watching, this is maybe, I always say it's good to be transparent with bad things as well as the good things.
Of course it is, yeah. That's what I was saying earlier.
No, I lost my live account.
Oh, did you? It's alright. It's part of the process. Another tick in the box, isn't it?
Yeah, I hadn't read the rules correctly.
Right.
On the max loss, and it was based on, you know, if you like go into profit and stuff,
Yeah.
the max loss then changes to be based on like where the high point was in the account at one point.
Yeah.
So as it's gone back into drawdown, I've then not counted with the fact that it was 1200 in profit. So that extra 1200 effectively became part of the maximum you could then go.
Yeah.
I did the exact same thing.
Did you?
Exact same thing, yeah. Went right into profit. I thought, I'll use this profit for, you know, the risk.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of profit. I think about like 6k in profit.
Who's that? What prof firm was that with?
I think FTMO.
Was
Either
it?
FTMO or what? The one that went bankrupt.
My FF.
My
That didn't go bankrupt. It bloody.
Oh yeah, they got
don't get me started on my Forex.
Yeah, no, don't get restarted.
Yeah.
I had 2 accounts with them.
But yeah, I did exactly that. I use this as profit because I'm not even in drawdown then, but it counts all your profit as your percentage of your drawdown. So
Yeah.
I don't think I even broke even, but I hit over 6% and it just put me off.
Yeah. The thing is though, I mean, I do believe you have to blow phase 1 maybe a few times. You have to blow phase 2 and you have to blow live accounts. I do.
You know,
You know what it is in Forex? It's weird. It's like you have to really get hurt for it to make it. Which sounds crazy and people are probably shocked at what I'm saying, but you need Forex to really bring you to your knees for it to work. I don't think there's any other way. It has to bring you to your knees. It has to make you frustrated, make you angry for you to actually get there.
I spoke to Andy about it, and I think I'm going to start doing what he does, because he basically in his office, he's got like all the rules for all the different firms with whatever goes with. He has them all written down, and he pins them on the wall in front of him. So at any one point, he can just look up and see exactly what.
Well, I only trade FTMO as in props. I don't trust any other. I've had that many, like even like HFT one. HFT props are just. To be honest, I did test one not long ago. They didn't pay out. Typical. I had nice profit, wouldn't pay out. Came up with a stupid excuse. Said I was copying trades. That's what they come up with. I was copying trades. Which really pissed me off because it was only a low account because I don't trust them from experience. Anyway, but I thought, you know what? We'll just see. A daft 25k account, made $1,000 on it, and then they said they wouldn't pay out because supposedly it was matching other accounts, and I was like, I don't copy anyone. People might copy me, but I don't copy anyone. Anyway, so they just come up with an excuse with them, and that's the issue you got. But if you have one, the thing with prop firms, there's a massive trust issue with them because they're not regulated, and this is what does my head in with them. So the way I look at it is, FTMO, they're not proper regulated, but if they disappear, I do believe they'll all disappear. So why would I waste my money on other props? Do you know what I mean? Because if anyone's going to pay out, FTMO is going to pay out.
I'm sticking with Funder Pro at the moment, mainly because of the platform. I've kind of gone off MetaTrader 4.
Yeah.
And using Trade Locker.
All right. The way I look at props is I want to know who the owners are. I want to know where they live. Right? And they've got to be real people. Right? For the props. You've got to have loads of reviews. You've got to have loads of proof of withdrawal. Because it's alright saying, oh, well, I've had a withdrawal, so it can't be a scam. Well, that's not how it works. They look at how you trade. If they can see that you're profitable, some of them, it's the amount of accounts I've had on different props and they just wouldn't pay out for us, or they've disappeared. It just does my head in. I said to myself, I'm never wasting money again. That's why I just sort of quite picky, really. Your aim is to get a live account, to build up your own live account. That's your aim, with a trusted broker. That's your aim. That should be all your aims, really. We just use the funded route just to get some large capital.
You were starting on that account last year, weren't you?
Yeah. So, and all you want to do is just, the way I do it now is I just have a social copy, a social trader copier, and I just add accounts to it, and I just forget about the accounts and I just trade normal on my one account. That's all I do. It's the same account over and over again, but really it's copying to all these different accounts. That's what you want to get to, really.
That's sort of how I lost my live one. Is using a trade copy. I hadn't realised I hadn't changed the lot size on the live one, and the Thunder Pro is a bigger phase 2 count.
Right.
And last week, what happened is that there was massive news on the US, which affected US 30, and I was being a bit, well, I admit I was being a bit of a, not to say too much because on YouTube, and I kept moving the stock, sort of adamantly demanding that it's got to come down because we're into a record high.
Yeah.
And then eventually it just got a margin call on the Thunder Pro.
Yeah.
Lessons learned.
Of course it is. It's just like I say, Mike. I say to everyone, you've got my left hand's in the air, no experience. My right hand's in the air, consistently profitable. That's the key. Consistently, not profitable. Consistently profitable. And in between is all your tick boxes, and in there, everything you've gone through now, there is a tick box for that, and it's just a tick. Now the people where people get stuck, if they struggle, if they're doing this, if they're ticking the same box over and over again, they're the people who won't make it. You have to learn from ticking that box. That makes sense. But eventually, it's just, you cannot get to consistently profitable without ticking all the boxes. You just can't do it. You have to go through it. So every time you blow an account, every time you blow a live, I mean, John, prime example, he probably won't mind me saying, he was having a bit of a wobble a couple of weeks ago on YouTube, and he's like, I just struggle. He said he's blew 4 challenges now. I think it was 4. Was it 4, John? Might have been less than 4 anyway, right? And he just felt like he can't do it. And I said to him, how many do you think I've blew? Like, how many challenges do you think I've blew in the past?
I reckon you're probably pushing 8.
More? Plus 10 plus. 10 plus challenges I've blew in the past. And he's only been doing it 15 months. 15 months is not long at all, really. Right? I do believe we've halved the time at Relentless, right? But on average, what they used to say before Relentless was created is, from what I've seen, all the companies I've been with, it'll take you about 4 years to get there profitable. It starts getting profitable 4 years. From the education, what I've seen in the other companies, I do believe we've halved it at Relentless. So you're looking around about 2 years. He's 15 months in and he was really struggling and thinking about giving up. 15 months in is nothing. Like, you don't understand. It's hard. It's very hard to trade. But even if it took you 4 years, it's fucking 100% worth it. Even if it took you 6 years, it's 100% worth it. Do you know what I mean? People don't understand the power what it can bring to you. And you will get there. Everyone's different. When? I don't know. It's obviously down to you. The only way you won't get there is if you just stop. That's it.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like, for me, trading's always been up, because obviously I can't climb wind turbines when I'm in my 60s.
Yeah.
So, it's always been the plan to try and get profitable so that it's something you can have when you retire, basically. That's it.
Look at this, we're still pushing here. There's nothing going on here, guys. They've hit my target. Look how profitable. And did anyone take any sells from me? I know people were going on about sells. I might wait. We'll wait for this hour close. See what this hour does. And very slim, but if this hour can close respecting, and we see some 5-minute candles move how I want them to move here, we might be able to grab something. But we'll see. We'll see. 23 minutes. Let me put this on here. ting for. You watching England tonight, Mike?
No, probably not.
Do you know what? People have really got off it, haven't they? The amount of people who don't really watch the national team, and I can see why. I massively see why, because I went through a phase of it.
You got to remember, my national team's not England.
Oh, you're Welsh, aren't you? Oh shit, yeah. They played the other night, didn't they?
England at the minute because of all the news surrounding Gareth Southgate. It makes me cringe every time I see him. So.
What news? About all his crap.
Linked to the United job.
Oh, mate, that is people. What it is, you've got to understand. Gareth Southgate, he's in that job because he knew people. That's it, right? He got picked for the England squad from Middlesbrough when he was in the Championship. He done nothing special, and he got the England job. How? Because he knew people. Yeah, and he's a yes man, and they wanted a yes man, I believe. So he's done nothing, Gareth Southgate. I've never rated him as a manager. And the issue we've got with England at the minute is we've probably got, on paper, the best team in the world. On paper. And we should be winning things. However, them players are getting older. And the longer he stays as manager, then the shorter the chance of that we're going to win something. Because they're just going to get older. We need him gone as soon as possible. I actually didn't want us to go through the group stages on the last competition, because that's the only way he would have been sacked. So
Yeah, I mean, the football he tries to play with England it's so pragmatic and slow.
he holds them back. You can clearly see he holds them back. We're so stiff and rigid. Yeah, France look good. Like, do you know what? The best game of football I've ever watched, Mehdi. I don't know if it's Mehdi. Best game of football was that World Cup final. Best match I've ever watched. Argentina, France. What a game that was. What a game. Well, yeah, I mean, look. Mehdi. You are?
Mbappe scored a hat-trick in that final, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he did. Did he score a hat-trick, Mehdi? Was it an hat-trick? Well, I always remember one goal where came over the top and he just volleyed it in the bottom right corner. And I'm like, it was like a rocket on a volley as well. Unreal. Yeah, they've always had a good players though, France, haven't they? I remember when we had a fantastic season at Newcastle, and we had like Sissoko and people like that, and everyone was French. We just recruited the full team from France. Oh, you're Moroccan?
That when you had like Cisse and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm Moroccan. We did pretty good. They beat us too.
I
Yeah.
thought Alan Pardew was a good manager at Newcastle.
I did. I rated him. I thought he was good. He was good.
In fact, I'll tell you what, I'd rather have Alan Pardew even right now when he's, 66?
Mate.
I'd rather have him than Gareth Southgate.
But why are you getting Gareth Southgate? That's what you got to look at. Why? Why do you think they're even considering Gareth Southgate? Do you know why? Because that Radcliffe guy, they want more control, and he's a yes man. So if you want a yes man in your club, right, you get Gareth Southgate because he's weak. So I think there'll be a step backwards for Man U. But I don't rate Ten Hag though. I don't think he's very good at all.
How come?
I just don't. He doesn't change games. He doesn't know. I think his man management's poor.
Last weekend.
Yeah, but you're always going to give them a good game because it's rival. You always do. Yous are playing shit at the minute, and yet you beat Liverpool.
About that FA Cup game, I love that game because last year, obviously, Scousers have been bantering United fans about the fact that they beat us 7-0.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm in a position where I can say, well, I don't give a shit about the 7. Oops, sorry. I don't care about
You can
the 7.
swear.
You can keep the 7-0 now
Yeah.
because Liverpool's just lost to Manchester United with a team where we put Anthony at left back,
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes at centre back, Harry Maguire at front.
I didn't watch the game, right? But why are people saying that? Is that where they were playing positional? On the
That's just
yeah,
well,
they ended up basically in the game.
you
Oh,
didn't
look at this.
have, all our left backs are injured, aren't they? Right?
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
Dallas ended up going off, and Wan-Bissaka had gone off. So the only person we could put at left back was Anthony, even though he's a right,
Yeah.
he's a winger. And then Harry Maguire just went up.
He's terrible, Harry Maguire, man. For England, he was dreadful. Yet he still plays.
Can't say things like that about your future centre back.
He's not coming to Newcastle, mate. No way. No way. He's dog poo. Mate, look at price here. Like, it's pushing. I support Newcastle, Mehdi. I'm a Newcastle fan. Yes, we will be winning everything soon. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Financial fair play, man. Like, I look back and I think, well, do you know what? Would I sacrifice getting some deducted points in a couple of years' time to win something this season? I probably would. Do you know what I mean? We're the first team who's got loads of money and actually following the rules of financial fair play. That's why we're not. I mean, I say we're not smashing it. I mean, last season we got in the Champions League, we finished 4th. That was well overachieved for us. This season's done though. I'm like, I'd be happy with a top 10 finish this season.
See, I don't get why Eric Ten Hag's under pressure, but yet, respectively, Eddie Howe isn't, and Pochettino also isn't.
Well, because he's took over Man U. Man U's all the issue Man U have got, right, and you've been on top for so long, right? Unfortunately, you're never going to peak.
On top for 10 years.
No, before that though, Alex Ferguson days. So you're never going to get back to them times. I don't personally think, and I like Man U. Don't get me wrong, right? They're like my second team. I've always liked Man U because I like all the youth and how they did their youth, and the Nevilles and the Beckham scores coming through like the academies and that. I love that for clubs. Clubs need to do that a lot more. And then all of them ended up in the first team. That's what I loved about Man U. That's why I liked them. Not because they win everything, because of the old-fashioned how clubs should be run. But the issue you've got as a Man U, I wouldn't like to be a Man U fan now because, no offence, I do think the only way is down. Maybe not down. You're gonna stay up there, but you're never gonna peak what Alex Ferguson done. I don't think ever. But you're always expected, so you're always gonna get disappointed because, you're not gonna be winning that. Plus now it's not a top 6 anymore. You've now got Villa, Brighton. Brighton is a create. I don't know what they're doing with their youth, their academies, but they are creating some fantastic players. Brighton, Newcastle are coming up there. So we've got a top 8, 9 maybe. Do you know what I mean? So it's all getting opened up. So it's a lot more difficult. But for me, when I think of Man U, Harry Maguire is not a Man U player. Your full midfield is not a Man U player. Man U plays as in. Who's your centre midfield? McTominay, not a Man U player at all. Look, when you think of Man U, you think of their midfield. Scholes, Nicky Butt, Beckham, Roy Keane.
The big one for me in midfield, and this is also, again, a reason why I'm definitely Ten Hag in, is because of... I think he's been doing brilliantly with the youth. I mean, he's brought through Garnacho.
Yeah.
And Kobbie Mainoo.
I like Garnacho.
I think Kobbie Mainoo will possibly start for England tonight.
Yeah, he's a good player, Mainoo. Rashford, he needs to go. He is. The thing with English players, right, we always big them up. They have one good season and we big them up because we want to get a high price. But
I'd let Rashford go, but the thing is, you know what Manchester United like? They're going to think that they can get something like 75, 80 million for Rashford, and I don't think he's worth it.
I know.
Anyway.
It's not worth it. Nobody will pay that. When you're big in these English players, it's because, and what they do is what's really, Man U's got a good media presence control, right? So have you noticed when Harry Maguire was really struggling and he wasn't even starting, all of a sudden he was starting. Why was he starting? Even though he wasn't playing good, he was still playing for England. And you've seen all the social media posts how good he done. One decent pass. It was like, wow, what a pass. Because they're trying to big him up again so they could sell him on. That's all it is. But really, he's a championship player for me, Harry Maguire. Like, he's not good at all.
I wouldn't go that far. I think
I
Harry
would,
Maguire
me, you know.
works in teams that play a low block.
What team would he get in?
I think he would get into
Luton.
West Ham.
West Ham?
I think he'd get in West Ham. Yeah, I think. Well, West Ham won him last season, didn't they?
I think it'd be a step back, though. I do. I think it'd be a step back. The thing what you get with Harry Maguire, some people are like, I seen it. He scored for England and header. He played shit all game, then he scored it was a winner with a header. And all he's saying was like, "Oh, this is for all the doubters." Hang on a minute. You've scored a header as a defender, right? I would rather you be able to defend and not score, than score a goal and can't defend. Do you know what I mean? Do your job. Well, anyway, I just think, he's not. That's what pissed me off about Man U, because the midfield, Bruno Fernandes is not good for your team. I don't think. I think he has an attitude issue. You haven't got any Man U worthy players at the minute. I mean, who would you keep really? Who's a Man U worthy player? Garnacho, I think's good, really good. He has a right attitude. He grafts his ass off as well. Varane.
Well,
Varane you would keep.
Well, this is what's worrying me, is that the things that are in the news is that we're linked with Varane
Leaving.
going,
Yeah.
Casemiro leaving,
Yeah.
keeping Harry Maguire, and keeping Scott McTominay.
Scott McTominay is not a Man U worthy player, in my eyes.
I mean, what's going to be interesting is, do you think that we put a cheeky bid in Bruno Guimaraes?
He wouldn't leave. I don't think he'd leave. Everything I see online, Bruno's going to Liverpool. He wouldn't leave. He loves Newcastle. I don't think he would leave. And I don't think Newcastle would sell him. This is the flip with Newcastle now, right? And Amanda Stavely came out with this. Is Newcastle has always sold their best players in the past. So we make people mint, and then we sell them. But for a team to improve, you don't sell your best players. You know what I mean? But he would fit in your team perfectly. Him and Casemiro, mate. Him and Casemiro would be. That would be a good pair.
So what do you reckon Newcastle needs to actually push for?
We need another right back. We need a different right back. We need to replace Dan Burn. Unfortunately, I like Dan Burn, I like Sean Longstaff, but they're not Champions League players, and we need to get Champions League players. I'm happy with Shea. I'm happy with Botman. Botman's going to be unreal at the back, but we need to place. It's a tough one with Dan Burn because his aerial ability is fantastic. If you watch games with him, he wins every header, mate. Every header. But he's slow, and teams know that, so they just target him. And he gets done on pace. And we need a right back. Yeah, I like Almiron. Well, Dan Burn's been playing left back because Shea and Botman are the centre backs.
Did he Almiron left?
No, he didn't go. He stayed. Which I like Almiron because he grafts his backside off. But we do need a right winger replacement because we haven't got one. We've got Jacob Murphy at the minute, which he can pull something off, but he's not. What it is, we've got to buy Champions League players if we want to get there.
Well, apparently Alexander Isak is Arsenal's top summer target.
Alec, for me, Isak, he is the second best striker in the league at the minute. That's not because it's Newcastle. Watch him, mate. He's just. We play him with the one up top at the minute. This is the issue we've got. So he doesn't actually get on the ball much, but he only needs like one attempt, and like it's going in. That's what's really good about him. But he'd fit in Arsenal really good as well. But
yeah, it's gonna be. I think you're gonna have a fight on your hands to try and keep him.
well, I think we will because they won't want to sell, and everyone who joins Newcastle knows the project, and they come because of the project. So people who come, they don't want to leave because they're excited about the project, and it's just getting through summer. So the third year's ended now. For I don't know how they do it, but basically we go into next summer transfer market fresh account, so we can spend a lot. We should be able to spend a lot this summer, and we couldn't spend anything in this winter one. So it's just we'll massively improve every transfer market really. I don't know whether Eddie Howe's the man for the job. Believe it or not, I would like Jose Mourinho to come in. I know. Do you know why though? People say he ruins clubs, right? Which might be right. However, he.
That's not what I say. So Jose Mourinho's style is always been very, very defensive. If you think about even back to Chelsea when he won the league with Chelsea in 2005-6.
Yeah.
He was winning games by keeping the team mega compact, and then just going for like a 1-goal win, like 1-0, 2-0,
Yeah.
etc. And I don't think that suits modern football. He tried to do that at Spurs. Look what happened to Spurs. As soon as they then brought in an attack-minded manager in,
Yeah.
they're currently sitting fifth, aren't they? So I don't think Jose Mourinho suits modern football.
Yeah, but the way I look at it is Jose Mourinho. Some players don't like him. They either love him or they hate him. At the times, and I think that's what you got at Tottenham. Players just didn't like him, so they didn't really play for him. That's what I think. But at the end of the day, he wins stuff. He wins things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He does win stuff, and I like Eddie Howe. But the thing what I've noticed with Eddie Howe, I don't think he's able to change games. So if we're down 2-0, I don't think he can change the tactics to get through the team. He struggles to identify flaws on that team to then, change the tactics to exploit it. Where Jose Mourinho is really good at that. He can win games by bringing certain Klopp's really good at that. So if Liverpool are getting beat, he'll change the formation. He can identify how to get through that team from like the first half. So he'll adjust accordingly. And I think Jose Mourinho is someone who can do that. And also, the reason I'd like my Newcastle, I don't think he would treat it like Tottenham or the others because of Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson taught him everything. So he actually loves Newcastle. He has a soft spot for Newcastle because of Bobby Robson. And I think that would have a massive influence on the team and how he would perform in it. I might be wrong. But
he was with Bobby Robson at Barcelona, wasn't he?
Yeah. He loves Bobby Robson.
You see, for me, if Ineos decides to pull the trigger on Ten Hag,
Yeah.
I can't see any manager that comes in and does a better job at the moment. Graham Potter, no. I don't want Zerbi. I've seen too many times at Brighton being smacked at 4-0 by the likes of.
Well, that's it. Who else is there available?
The thing is with Ten Hag, if you go back to before we got Ten Hag, right? If you were to ask City fans who would they want to replace Pep if Pep left, they would have said Ten Hag. Liverpool fans would have said Ten Hag.
Really?
Pep was going to leave. He had an incredible pedigree at Ajax.
Yeah.
And he did take over the United team that was completely in turmoil. I mean, you think of the whole thing with Ronaldo, Sancho, obviously the Greenwood Equal pace, etc. And we, points-wise, United finished that season with their worst ever points tally in the Premier League era. Right? In 2 years, he's given us Champions League football, a cup,
League Cup, yeah.
the FA Cup final last year. We're probably going to make the FA Cup final this year. And I don't think we can really rule us out catching Spurs at the moment.
Yeah. Do you know what else is good as well? You're playing bad football, but you're still winning. And that's a good sign, really. When you can play bad football and still win.
I'm more interested in seeing him, because you've got to think as well, he's never ever had a proper structure.
Yeah.
Richard Arnold, who was a rugby fan, in charge, and John Murtagh, who basically came off Everton's work experience, managed to keep the job. I think he'd be completely different under Dan Ashworth and Barada from City.
Yeah.
And I think he needs the opportunity to clear that squad properly, so he's actually got a set of players who can actually play his style of football.
Yeah.
Can we just welcome all the YouTubers to the Relentless football channel?
Yeah, guys, if you watch it on YouTube, we either talk, yes, we trade, but while we're waiting, we talk football, conspiracy theories. What else do we talk about? And a bit of trading. That's what we talk about. So welcome to the Forex, football, and conspiracy theories channel. Yeah.
Just in case people were wondering, that's all.
Yeah. I tell you what though, what you do need though, Mike, is you need City to get relegated with these charges. That'll put Man U back up there.
I honestly can't wait for this trial.
People keep saying they're going to get away with it.
Yeah, I work with a couple of City fans, and they're all adamant that it's like, well, we're going to get proven innocent and stuff like that. But no, like, you probably will, but not on every charge.
Have you seen the charges, right? I didn't realise how big. So Everton got the 10 points deducted. One charge, yeah?
Yeah, well,
they've got 115, yeah? But every charge is like worse than that one charge. So I honestly don't know how they're not going to get relegated. I don't know what else they're going to get. You can't get anything else apart from relegation.
So I was discussing this with the lad in work, right? And I said to him, look, you've got 115 charges, and the thing is, what you've got is the Premier League now has set a precedent where if you breach FFP, you're getting a 6-point deduction, because that's what happened to Everton. They can't like suddenly turn around to City and say, oh, we'll just give you 3 points back.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to be 6. So even if they're only found guilty of 10% of the charges, right? That's 11 charges, right? That's 66 points deduction.
Yeah.
So they'd have to basically win every game between, next season they'd have to win every single game to overcome a 66-point deficit and have enough points to stay clear of relegation.
Yeah.
And that's just for 10%. Imagine if they get 20%, then they're well.
I think they need a straight kick, me. If they get what it is, and you've got commenters not going, well, whether the charges are there or not, this team, what's playing at City, is fantastic. Yeah, it is, but people are not understanding how they got to that team. There was cheating along the way if they get found guilty. There was some cheating in order to get to that team.
Yeah, because they don't breach FFP now. This is the thing they say, is that they don't breach FFP. They probably don't now, because you don't need to, because you've got the team sorted.
Yeah. Right, guys, the hour's closed, and you broke above. I was hoping we could close respect and maybe push up no bottom wick, and then we'll look for closes back below, but there's now going on for me, really. Yeah, I'd be careful taking trades above here. 21.85, because at any point really the daily can pull back down. at any point. However, saying that, you are getting a wick fill on the weekly, so you could come as high as maybe tapping the previous support. Sorry, the wick, and then still reject. So that's the issue you've got. You've not broken into that zone yet. So for me, unfortunately, it's no trade for me today. I'll be back on tomorrow, 8 AM. So if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Unfortunately, we haven't grabbed a trade, I know, but hopefully you've learned something. Welcome to the stream. Jump into the free Discord as well in the link tree.
Yourself, I'm in 2 trades at the moment.
Oh yeah, woohoo. Any questions before I go, guys, before I jump off? No. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, I'll see you.
Get breakfast, Pete.
Do you know what? I might go for breakfast actually. Miserable weather, I might actually do that. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for a breakfast. It'll sort me back out on it, Jace.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Right, catch you later. See you later, Mehdi. See you later, Sharif. Finn. Who else was on there? Kartik. John. Rakudo. Catch you later. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you later, Pete.
Holly. Are you there, Holly?